السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله الذي لا يبلغ مدحته القائلون ولا يحصي نعماءه العادون ولا يؤدي حقه المجتهدون. فترى الخلائق بقدرته ونشر الرياح برحمته ووتد بالصخور ميدان أرضه. ثم الصلاة والسلام على العبد المؤيد والرسول المسدد حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم محمد صلى الله عليه وآله الطيبين الطاهرين وصحبه المنتجبين. عباد الله، أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله. أما بعد، يقول الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. نعيش في أجواء منتصف رمضان وميلاد السبت الأكبر وسيد شباب أهل الجنة الإمام الحسن المجتبى عليه السلام. نبارك لجميع المؤمنين في أنحاء المعمورة هذه الذكرى الميمونة، داعين الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يعيدها على الأمة الإسلامية بالخير والبركة. إن سورة الكوثر هي أقصر السورة في القرآن، وبالرغم من قلة آياته وعدد حروفه تمثل نظما بديعا وإعجازا وإخبارا عن الغيب وبشارة لخاتم الأنبياء محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر، الخير الكثير. ومن مصادق هذا الخير الوحي والقرآن، الرسالة والنبوة، العلم والحكمة، المقام المحمود، والذرية الصالحة، ذرية قرآنية. إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم الرجس أهل البيت ويطهركم تطهيرا. شهر الصيام لنا بدا، في نصفه نور الهدى، وبنوره ضاء الزمن، بشرى لنا ولد الحسن. مرج البحرين يلتقيان، بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان، يخرج منهما اللؤلؤ والمرجان، فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله: أحب أهل بيتي إلي الحسن والحسين، هما شباب أهل الجنة. وقال عليه الصلاة والسلام: لو كان العقل رجلا لكان الحسن. If wisdom was manifested in one man, that man would be Al-Hasan. The Rayhana, the flower of the garden of prophethood, the master of the youth of paradise. قال عليه السلام اللهم إني أحب حسنا فأحبه وأحب الله من يحبه. I love this baby of Ramadan al-Hasan, and O God, love him and those who love this man. He emphasizes that the value of love for Hassan, love for Al-Hussein, love for Ahlul Bayt. And it's not just a lip service. The love means commitment. The love means action. أحب أهل بيتي إلي الحسن والحسين. They are the most beloved members of my family, Hassan and Hussein. هما إمامان قاما أو قعدا. They are gifted with the gift of leadership, the light of leadership, whether they have an opportunity to exercise that leadership or not, but that is part of their character, part of their personality. There is so much to share about love of Walid of Ramadan, the baby of Muntasaf, the middle of the month of Ramadan. One of them, of course, is his prayer, his charity, his patience, his Hajj. Anytime that time of Salat comes, Al-Imam alayhi salam used to prepare for prayer and dress in the most perfectful way. When he was asked that, why you do so? His answer was, إِنَّ اللَّهَ جَمِيلٌ وَيُحِبُّ الْجَمَالِ أَتَجَمَّلُ لِرَبِّي وهو يقول خذوا زينتكم عند كل مسجد. God is beautiful and he loves beauty and cleanliness. So I want to clean and beautify myself when I get ready for prayer and prostration before my Lord. إن الله طيب ويحب الطيب. إن الله نظيف ويحب النظافة. God is pure and he loves purity. And God is clean and he loves cleanliness. One of the story about Al-Imam al-Mujtaba alayhi salam that shows not only the beauty and purity and cleanliness of his body, but also the purity of his character and morality. There was a guy from Sham, you have heard this story. He arrived in Medina and he came to Medina out of the ignorance and propaganda that had washed his brain in Sham under the propaganda of Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan. So he hated Ahlul Bayt. When he saw Al-Imam al-Mujtaba walking in one of the streets of Medina, and he asked, who is this gentleman? He was impressed with the appearance and personality of Al-Imam al-Mujtaba. But when he heard that he was Al-Imam al-Hasan ibn Amir al-Mu'mineen, the son of Ali ibn Abi Talib, he expressed his hate to the Imam and Ahlul Bayt family, and he started insulting the Imam. Imam politely and silently listened to the words of insult of this ignorant man. And when that guy finished, Imam said, "Can I say something? أيها الشيخ أظنك غريبا." I think that you don't live in Medina. You are a stranger in this area. You are coming from different location, not in Medina. And because of that, I think that you need some help since you are by yourself and a stranger in Medina. إذا كنت جائعا أشبعناك. If you are hungry, let me have you as my guest. Come to my reception. Let me feed you. وإن كنت عريانا كسوناك. If you don't have extra clothes and you need more clothes, I'm there to provide you with more clothes. وإن كنت محتاجا أغنيناك. If you need money, if you need some financial support, since you don't live in this city, I'm ready to also financially support. وإن كنت طريدا آويناك. You are by yourself, you are homeless, you don't have a place to live. We would provide you with a place. وإن كان لك حاجة قضيناها لك. Anything that you need, if you need anything, please don't hesitate. فلو حركت رحلك إلينا وكنت ضيفنا في وقت ارتحالك. Please, I'm inviting you to my house. Follow me and let me be your host and take care of you the time that you are in Medina. The man followed Imam al-Mujtaba, and he was the guest of Imam for a couple of days. The time that he was leaving Medina for Sham, he said, أشهد أنك خليفة الله في أرضه. I bear witness that you are the real Khalifa, the real leader, the real deputy of divine on this earth. والله أعلم حيث يجعل رسالته. And God knows whom to choose to be an imam and leader of the community. كنت أنت وأبوك أبغض خلق الله إلي والآن أنت أحب خلق الله إلي. Excuse me. He said, the time that I arrived in Medina, you and your parents and your family were the most hated people in my eyes, in my heart, in my mind. But now that I'm leaving Medina, you are the most beloved, the most loved people. You and your family, the most loved people in my heart. Brothers and sisters, this is Ahlul Bayt. Their knowledge, their wisdom, their passion, their generosity, their compassion, their care and kindness for humanity. When we claim that we are Shi'ia, the followers of Al-Imam al-Mujtaba and other A'immat Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, we are talking about a big responsibility. Shi'ism and following the school of thought of Ahlul Bayt is a huge responsibility. This is why Imam al-Mujtaba alayhi salam when somebody told him, يا ابن رسول الله أنا من شيعتكم أو إني من شيعتكم, I am one of your followers. Al-Imam alayhi salam, he answered, يا عبد الله إن كنت لنا في أوامرنا وزواجرنا مطيعا فقد صدقت. If you really follow us in practice, in commitment, not just claiming, not just lip service, but with your labor, with your work, with your action, if that is how you are connected to us, then you are honest, you are telling the truth, you are a Shia. وإن كنت بخلاف ذلك فلا تزد في ذنوبك بدعواك مرتبة شريفة لست من أهلها. But if you are not with these qualities, if you claim but you don't demonstrate commitment, you demonstrate determination and discipline of the school of thought of Ahlul Bayt, then really you are not related. In that case, لا تقل أنا من شيعتكم ولكن قل أنا من مواليكم ومحبيكم. Yeah, you can say that you like Ahlul Bayt, but don't say you are the Shia of Ahlul Bayt, you are the follower, you are the supporter, you are the helper, and you live their lifestyle. If you are not, then yes, you like them, but that's it. Don't claim anything more than that. And this is something that we hear from other Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, like Al-Imam Al-Baqir, Al-Imam Al-Sadiq. We have a hadith from them, ليس من شيعتنا من قال باللسانه وخالفنا في أعمالنا وآثارنا. If someone says with his tongue or her tongue that he is a follower, she is a follower, but in action they are moving opposite of what we are doing, then really that is a claim that is not helpful and it's not going to save you in salvation and success in this world and hereafter. So we are talking about Al-Imam Al-Mujtaba, the baby of Muntasaf Ramadan. فهو في الزهد قمة لا يبارى وهو في الجود آية الآيات وهو سبت المختار وابن علي هاشمي الآباء ونجدات فسلام عليه حيا وميتا في العشايا وفي الغدوات. Our prayer, our salam and salawat to you, O Imam Al-Hasan Al-Mujtaba alayhi salam, who brought light and life and love and leadership and loyalty and everything to this world. Your birth was the birth of light, the birth of love, and we congratulate to all lovers of peace, lovers of justice, lovers of humanity on the birthday of this battle, Al-Batal, the hero of peace, the hero of justice, the hero of love and humanity. Talking about generosity of Al-Imam Al-Mujtaba alayhi salam, who several times he gave up everything that he had. Sometimes he used to make every item, every wealth, every property that he had, divide it to 2 times and give up half of it to people in need. And the next time and the next time, this generosity continued. This is very meaningful for us, especially now that United States and the entire world are going through this painful pandemic. The latest news that today, this Friday, was on the top of news of our country and the world was the rate of unemployment, that the rate of joblessness has risen to 14.7%. That means this happened so far in April. That means that since the Great Depression in 1930s, in the last 90 years, never in this country, United States, unemployment got as worse as today. It's amazing. From last Great Depression 90 years ago, unemployment today is worse than ever. Now, you can imagine if this is the situation in the United States, a superpower, the richest country in the world, with all this military might and all amazing resources, if this hardship and this economic problem hurts this country to that level that millions and millions and millions of people lost their job, and many of them are in need of basic food and basic stuff for their life, you can imagine the situation of poor country, the country under sanction, the country that have been going on for years and years and years through criminal wars and war crimes and criminal terrorism. You can imagine the level of poverty, problem, pain, and especially now, this pandemic is added to all the pains, all the poverty, all the problems, all the hardship. It is really heartbreaking to see the situation of humanity in the world. Last night, during our evening service of House of Wisdom, we had a virtual participation of 2 congresswomen, Congresswoman Debbie Dingell, Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib, that they were part of our service, and we had a wonderful conversation. And we talk about these dark and dangerous days in the history of our country and the history of the world. And something that I asked this congresswoman, since they represent us in the House, that please be voice of hope, voice of inspiration, voice of peace and justice. This is what we need in this world, peace and justice. With all the problems going on, we don't want to see another war, whether between United States and China, United States and countries in the Middle East, whether it's Iran or Lebanon, Iraq, any other countries in Middle East, in Africa, in Asia. We don't want to solve economic problem with more devastating and disastrous wars in the world. We showed our disappointment of the recent signature of Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, that this lady has been acting on the right side of struggles for many years. Everybody was admiring Omar for her beautiful and righteous and just positions for many years. But everybody was surprised to see her signature on the letter that was organized and promoted by AIPAC, the American Israeli Public Affairs Committee, and encouraging more embargo on Iran, which is against the resolutions of United Nations. We know that the Secretary of State Pompeo, out of options now, the failure of maximum pressure, now he is talking about returning back to the agreement. The agreement which was destroyed by this administration, now they are using the same agreement that they disagreed with, that to use it against a country that agreed with this agreement and honor this agreement. Now they are accusing that country, the Islamic Republic, of violation of this agreement. This is really one of the biggest political jokes that we are witnessing in 21st century. So we were surprised and disappointed with the position of Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, and we ask our Congresswoman to stand for peace and justice, whether in Detroit or DC, anywhere in the United States, in Europe, in Asia, in Africa, in Middle East. We, as people of faith, as part of human community, love to promote what is peaceful and what is just, especially the holy month of Ramadan and the birthday of Imam al-Mujtaba, who is known for his peaceful path and his courageous and dignified position to bring unity to the community. Month of Ramadan is month of unity, month of compassion, month of solidarity, especially for people who are suffering, with poor people, those who go through war. We already know the pain, the fear, the wound of war in countries like Iraq, that after the invasion in 2003, in the last 17, 18 years, this country has gone through so much pain. Based on different studies, at least 1.5 and maximum 3.4 million people were killed only in Iraq. Can you imagine? Nowadays we are talking about 70,000 people who were killed by coronavirus just in the United States. 70,000 is a huge number. It is heartbreaking. It is so sad, but still 70,000 people compared to 3.4 million people just in one country, in Iraq. Now look at the rate of casualties in Syria, in Libya, in Afghanistan, in Gaza, in Yemen, in many other this country that either war or the tragedy of terrorism in Lebanon, in Iran. Many other areas were targeted by terrorism. So many people lost their lives. So we don't want to see another war, a new war, whether it is in the Middle East or between United States and China or any other countries. We stand for peace and we stand for justice. And I say justice because if we don't promote justice, then we cannot have peace. If no justice, no peace, no love, no progress, no prosperity. Justice is the foundation, and this is what we learn from the holy book, which was revealed in the holy month of Ramadan and told us, إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَأْمُرُ بِالْعَدْلِ وَالْإِحْسَانِ. Justice and generosity. Justice and kindness and love are two orders of our Creator. So justice and generosity are not just two options. They are two commandments from our God, the God of Abraham, Moses, Jesus, Muhammad. All of them told us to stand for truth, to stand for justice, to stand for peace. I hope that you, brothers and sisters, are following our evening services. Thousands of people watch this program locally, nationally, and internationally. As we are approaching the Nights of Power, inshallah, we are going to have so much spirituality in our program. But this year we decided that in addition to traditional Ramadan lectures that we provide every night in the beginning of the program, but then every night to involve some of the community leaders, community activists, to come and talk about some other issues in the community, the families, the youth, drugs, alcohol, suicide, depression, divorce, social problems, and this is what, and also political problems, all of these issues that we bring the experts every night to share their knowledge, their wisdom, their experience. And please feel free to send us your questions, your comments, your concerns. We have only 2 weeks left this holy month of Ramadan, this amazing opportunity of mercy, opportunity of forgiveness. شهر أوله رحمة وأوسطه مغفرة وآخره عتق من النار. We should receive this spiritual freedom at the end of this holy month of Ramadan, a spiritual forgiveness. So don't miss this opportunity, and especially now that many of you stay at home and work from your home, you have more time to connect and watch us through the Facebook of Islamic House of Wisdom, my own personal Facebook, and many other networks in our community that they share the services of Islamic House of Wisdom. And at the same time, please, if you are able to support our food services, that 6 days a week during the Ramadan we provide the basic food for the needy in the neighborhood. Support us in our activities during this holy month of Ramadan, and learn from generosity of Al-Imam al-Mujtaba alayhi salam and Ahlul Bayt. وَيُطْعِمُونَ الطَّعَامَ عَلَى حُبِّهِ مِسْكِينًا وَيَتِيمًا وَأَسِيرًا. They themselves were hungry, but they shared the food with the poor and with the needy. Let us pray. First, we do the prayer of today, the 15th of the holy month of Ramadan, and we end up with Dua al-Hujjah. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم ارزقني فيه طاعة الخاشعين واشرح فيه صدري بإنابة المخبتين بأمانك يا أمان الخائفين. Oh God, help us to learn the lesson of humbleness. Help us to be more humble, especially after this deadly disease of COVID-19. Help this country, all countries of the world, to learn to be a little more humble. Let us open our hearts to you and to your Creator and show love, enthusiasm, and compassion to your Creator. اللهم ارزقنا توفيق الطاعة وبعد المعصية وصدق النية وعرفان الحرمة وأكرمنا بالهدى والاستقامة وسدد ألسنتنا بالصواب والحكمة واملأ قلوبنا بالعلم والمعرفة وطهر بطوننا من الحرام والشبهة واكفف أيدينا عن الظلم والسرقة واغضض أبصارنا عن الفجور والخيانة واسدد أسماعنا عن اللغو والغيبة وتفضل على علمائنا بالزهد والنصيحة وعلى المتعلمين بالجهد والرغبة وعلى المستمعين بالاتباع والموعظة وعلى مرضى المسلمين بالشفاء والراحة وعلى موتاهم بالرأفة والرحمة وعلى مشايخنا بالوقار والسكينة وعلى الشباب بالإنابة والتوبة وعلى النساء بالحياء والعفة وعلى الأغنياء بالتواضع والسعة وعلى الفقراء بالصبر والقناعة وعلى الغزاة بالنصر والغلبة وعلى الأسراء بالخلاص والراحة وعلى الأمراء بالعدل والشفقة برحمتك وجودك يا أرحم الراحمين. وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين. نشكركم جميعا. Thank you very much, brothers and sisters, for your patience and for your attention. Inshallah, we'll see you tonight at 10 o'clock for another amazing monthly, nightly service during this holy month of Ramadan. And we have a special guest from California that is going to address us. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.